Alright, let's see. What to do for season 2? Hey Gregory, did we do anything last season that was a special event besides the season 1 finale?
We did a crossover with Smile Scene 13.
Ah, right, we did a crossover. Perhaps we could do something like that again? But what to do? Ooh, wait! I still have to do the Power Ranger Samurai crossover. I can get... Bluey.
Who is Bluey?
Gregory, I'm gonna be gone for a bit. Don't touch anything until I get back.
All right, now I can get back to my program.
Come aboard and bring along all your hopes and dreams.
Hey everyone, I'm Bluey, and it's finally time to tackle EA's second worst game next to Sonic Chronicles, Anthem.
Bluey!
Oh, you.
I have come to settle the score. I believe you know what happened last time I was on here.
Yeah, you interrupted my show because you're a butthurt MCU fanboy.
Well, now it's my turn to do the interrupting, and I've decided to make you do a review with me of the best Power Rangers show of all time.
RPM?
No, I was talking about Power Rangers Samurai.
I think you mean one of the worst.
Well, I don't think so. I personally think that Samurai has the best writing and plot of the modern Power Ranger era.
Most of modern era Power Rangers is trash though. It didn't even get good until this year of Beast Morphers, and that even has its problems.
Okay, obviously if we continue talking about this all day, we're gonna get into an argument. So how about this? You explain why you dislike the show, and I'll butt in with why I think those aspects are good. And perhaps at the end of this video, your opinion might change.
Okay, fine. But I have Regiclaws ready to beat you up if you do any funny business.
Fair enough, but I have yet to introduce you to Gregory. And trust me, you don't want to meet him.
Did you just steal a character from my unlisted creepypasta episode?
Yes, I did. Are you worried yet?
No, I'm just laughing at you because you're so creatively bankrupt. Anyway, let's not argue for now and just start the show.
Agreed. Hello everyone, my name is Buttermaster235.
Hey everyone, I'm Bluey.
And welcome to another episode of Beloved Forever, a series in which I talk about shows that I consider to be the best of the best, and explain to you all why I think that. In this episode, I'm joined by this goon named Bluey.
Pleasure being held hostage here, Butter. Also, what are you the master of? Ponies? Pants? Jerks of cameras? Laughing me off stage?
Are you done yet?
No. Well, let's move on to this episode's subject. Power Rangers. More specifically, Power Rangers Samurai. Created and produced by the devil himself, Haim Saban, Power Rangers uses footage from Toei Super Sentai series and adapts them for American audiences with American actors. The start of the 2000s had Disney buy out Power Rangers, and while their seasons were some of the best written, the higher-ups wanted the show gone. Hell, Disney didn't even want to continue making new Power Rangers content after they bought it.
So, at the end of the 2009 season, Power Rangers RPM, all new Power Rangers content stopped, and it seemed like outside the repackaging of toys and reruns of the franchise, it had come to an end. But then, in 2010, Saban bought the property back, rushed a new season to premiere at the beginning of 2011, and Power Rangers Samurai was born. So today, with the help of Bluey, myself and him will be going through what exactly happened in Samurai, why it is somewhat good and somewhat bad at the same time, and why, in my eyes personally, it deserves to be beloved forever.
Maybe it can be beloved on what not to do in a Power Rangers season.
Anyways, so without further ado, let's roll! Now, as Bluey had stated before, Power Rangers is famous for adapting footage and suits from its Japanese counterparts. So it's only natural that some plot elements from the source material would also be in Power Rangers Samurai.
But Samurai takes this too far by copying entire character traits and even names from Shinkenger. So you have the Red Ranger going from Takeru Shiba to Jaden Shiba, even though Jaden isn't Japanese. I mean, there was a plot point in Shinkenger that Takeru was adopted, and they could have adapted that to explain it, but they didn't, despite nearly adapting everything else in the show.
Even though that is the case, the show sticks to a simple plot which is easy to follow. Several centuries ago in ancient Japan, monsters known as the Nylok began to attack the human world. However, the people of Japan harnessed what is known as symbol power and became the Samurai Power Rangers. The Nylok leader, Master Xandred, was eventually sealed away by the previous generation of Power Rangers. However, now he has somehow returned, and now it is up to the newly chosen Power Rangers to defeat him once and for all.
You just watched the 30-second narration at the beginning of every episode to recap the plot.
I don't know what you're talking about. I totally didn't do that.
Anyway, just because they take a lot from Shinkenger doesn't make the plot awful on its own. Most of the time, it's the execution and missing context from Shinkenger that ends up screwing over the stories.
Well, we can agree that one of the best stories in the show is the story of Decker, a villain that was introduced around the end of Season 1. We learned that at some point in time, he proposed and married to a woman named Delilah. However, on their wedding night, their house mysteriously caught fire, and Decker was nowhere to be found. When Delilah woke, she found that the bedroom was burning, but she managed to find and rescue Decker from the burning building. When she called for help, she accidentally summoned the King of the Nyloks, who offered to save Decker's life. She agreed to the demon's terms, but the demon, being a demon, double-crossed her, robbing Decker of all of his memories and turning Decker into a human/Nylok hybrid, and along with turning Delilah into a Nylok now known as Dayu in the process. This story is a personal favorite of mine because it goes into the depths of villains and gives a reason for why they are the way they are. Decker has a reason to be evil, and we get to learn of his tragic backstory along the way.
You got a good point, though Decker's story could have easily ended in Season 1 instead of bringing him back for the Super Season, where he just repeats his arc from Season 1, except Super. Though I will say, the rest of the characters aren't the worst. We even have a few winners here, like the timid Yellow Ranger Emily, the fabulous Gold Ranger Antonio, and the awesome and caring surprised Red Ranger Lauren. Unfortunately, the other characters aren't that good, with the douchey Green Ranger Mark.
No, I think the Green Ranger's name was Murph.
His name is Mike, you scrubs.
Oh, right, Mike. Why do I forget that?
The Pink Ranger Mia sucks at cooking, which is a joke they beat into the center of the earth. We have the boring and badly acted antics of Kevin, a mentor who pisses people off.
Hey, don't diss Master G. He's the cool master and I liked him. When the Red Ranger needed advice, he was always there to help. He was like a father figure to the Red Ranger and most of the Power Rangers. I really appreciated him as one. It was close to a Zordon-ish person, to me at least. But yeah, he was kind of a bland character. But he still gave out good advice, which were actually really useful in real life.
He was cool for like 2 minutes in the finale, and that was it. But I haven't even mentioned the worst of them all, Jaden.
Don't you dare insult our savior, Jaden Christ. He is my favorite Red Ranger, I'll have you know.
Well, you haven't watched much Power Rangers, so I'm taking that claim with a grain of salt. And secondly, this Big Time Rush wannabe keeps going through the same character arc over and over again about learning to trust people. Not to mention, he's boring compared to other Red Rangers, like the true American hero Carter Grayson, the likable douchey antics of Connor, and the GOAT moments of Devin.
I personally loved the Red Ranger of Samurai. In the show, we learn that his father was actually the previous Red Ranger, the same one who defeated Master Xandred. After his supposed death, I wasn't really sure what happened to him afterward. We get to watch Jaden train to try to become a good leader. He struggles with character development and, among other things, he generally was a good Red Ranger in my opinion. And when we get to the surprise twist that there were actually 2 Red Rangers, it kind of makes his characters just a little better. By giving us the struggle between choosing his friends over his duty, it shows that he has a well-drawn-out character with development along the way. Also, he is definitely better than the next show's Red Ranger.
So next time...
Stop it. I told you, a ranger never lets go of his weapon. Next time, we just won't let go.
The villains are a mixed bag. The Decker stuff was cool until the Super Season came along. Octoroo, despite having a weird voice, is a fun side general, and Serrator was at least competent. But Master Xandred is such a disappointment. He got this great monster design and wasted all on this angry slacker drinking booze, which is exactly what he did in Shinkenger. Yes, that's booze, not medicine. You can't hide it, Saban.
I quite liked Xandred as a villain. Looking back, yeah, he wasn't that much of a threat until the finale, but child me really liked him. And I still have soft spots for those kind of villains. I mean, why do you think I enjoyed the live-action Transformer movie so much? Also, in the finale, he said he would come back, and I have yet to see it, so until that happens, I am never going to let go of Master Xandred.
They actually had an opportunity to bring Xandred or Octoroo back in Megaforce, but Zacker was Zacker, so we got none of that.
What? You're telling me we could have gotten him and Octoroo back?
Yeah, they even had stock footage of the Super Megaforce team fighting Octoroo, but they just didn't use it because Zacker was Zacker.
Damn you, Saban! You crushed 10-year-old me's dreams! Damn you, Megaforce Riders!
I know this is a weird subject for your show, but I really want to talk about this aspect of Samurai.
You want to talk about the toys? Well, yeah, I don't usually talk about the toy lines. Well, except in the Transformers review, but besides that, I don't usually do it, so yeah, go ahead.
Bandai of America was once again the head of the Samurai toy line, and it was average. The Ranger figures were fine, but the Zords were such a disappointment. The Japanese toys could form into two modes, an animal mode and a shape mode, but in America it was cheaply stuck to just the animal mode. Other than that, the toy line isn't near Ninja Steel bad, but it could have been better in many ways.
Yeah, looking back at it, most of the Megazord forms were just giant helmet accessories.
Hey, don't you diss my giant helmet mecha? I like my giant helmet mecha.
We're gonna talk about the music next, but, I mean, it's Power Rangers Samurai. I don't really think we need to talk about it.
You talked about it in the Doctor Who review.
Well, that was a rare case, but if you think it's worth talking about, go ahead.
Power Rangers Samurai is composed by Noam Cuneo, aka the King of the Earbleeds. Not only is his music painful for a select few people, but it's very annoying and makes everything more dull, which shouldn't be the case for an action show like Power Rangers. The music is the reason I don't revisit Samurai or any Neo Saban season often, since I get very annoyed while watching that I can't stand sitting through an episode. I had the exact same problem with another show Noam composed called Miraculous Ladybug. This isn't even mentioning Samurai's theme song being a really bad dollar store remix of the classic Go-Go Power Rangers theme.
Hey, I like the modern remix of Go-Go Power Rangers. I think it's brilliant for the modern day. If it did not exist, we wouldn't get the amazing Dino Charge and Megaforce theme.
Dino Charge is a pretty good theme too, though I think you need to get your ears checked about Megaforce's theme.
Well, while the music in Samurai can be annoying sometimes, I will admit, at least it's not repetitive like the original show, which could not for the life of them shut up about White Ranger Tiger Power or They've Got a Power You've Never Seen Before. When watching the old series, I had to listen to it over and over again.
Okay, Butter, you have a lot of bad takes. This is the worst of them all. How dare you criticize Ron Wasserman's Heavenly Music?
Heavenly music is more like White Ranger Tiger ear rape than anything else. Half the time I have to mute the fight scenes to make sense of what's going on due to the fact that they play the same song over and over again. The only good thing that music composer ever did was to create the original melody of the show. But besides that, it's White Ranger Tiger Power and whatever the hell he was smoking that day.
Oh, you wanna go? We're going!
Did you forget I have magic, or did you just think you could take me on yourself? I am an alicorn, remember?
Remind me to turn you into a non-magical creature next time.
Anyways, Power Rangers Samurai ended in 2012 in its second super season. It was the beginning of the Neo Saban era, and I think it's safe to say that no matter what you think of it, Power Rangers Samurai was successful with the youths and with some Power Rangers fans.
Too bad every other season either failed to make money or was really bad.
I would not say all of them were bad. The current show Beast Morphers is doing really well, and honestly, if it weren't for Power Rangers Samurai, Power Rangers would just be a nostalgic dream, because whether you're a fan of it or not a fan of it, Power Rangers Samurai is what revived the franchise from the death sentence that Disney sent it to. And if it weren't for what it is now, we wouldn't really have what we do in Power Rangers anymore.
Finally, we're done.
Not so fast, Bluey. I still want to hear you say it.
Say what?
say that Power Rangers Samurai is not as bad as you thought once was. Face it, Bluey, without it, we wouldn't be where we are right now with the Power Rangers franchise.
As part of spreading awareness of the franchise, it's fine, but after the creative successes of RPM, it's painful to see the franchise take huge steps back quality-wise.
Okay, so looking at it, we have me, who loves Power Rangers Samurai because he grew up with it and I'm nostalgia blinded, and we have you, who's a hardcore Power Rangers fan, who doesn't like what Saban did with the original content. So I guess we can agree to disagree?
Agree to disagree?
Agree to disagree. Well, it looks like this crossover is finally done. Thanks for all the help, Bluey. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome, but next time you crash into my studio...
We are literally floating in purple space. This is literally not a studio at all.
It's a green screen effect! Anyway, never come here again unless you want to review a thing on my terms.
Alright, whatever you say. Well, Buttermaster out! Alright, Gregory, I'm back. Let's get working on the next episode of Beloved Forever.
Bavdo, we have a small problem.
What did you do?
I have been kidnapped by a poor excuse for a secondary character.
You're literally a picture of someone with a Santa beard on.
Take that back, you copywritten abomination.
Oh god, this is gonna be a long day. Thank you everyone for watching this episode of Beloved Forever. I want to thank my good friend Bluey for co-writing and being featured in this video. It was a real privilege to work with him. If you liked what you see, please go check him out in his show Bluey. Yeah, I know the name is named after himself, but it's still good. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this episode of Beloved Forever, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.